Everybody, I wrote this today, and I hope and light and bliss and inspiration into your life. Love you all. And bliss, love, and the joy that overcome it all. And all the very elements can be used to quote unquote fight the dark lords and darkness in general. You can't out bench press emotional immaturity, an astrological reminder. You can always die. It's living that takes courage. Himura Kenshin. Bless it. The truth is, you can allow yourself to be blessed and grateful and joyous and gentle, even and especially if the world does what it does and things that cannot be prevented are allowed to unfold. For the greatest of warriors are the gentle ones. And in the Celtic tradition, a boy/man was not given a sword until he could prove he can dance. And in some traditions, you destroyed your enemies with beautiful words. And the knight had to be a sensitive soul and a gentle heart before he was sent into the darkness to fight evil without fear. For if you do not hold something or someone, or at least an ideal, if nothing more close to your heart, all your missions, as laudable as they are, become meaningless, or at least lose taste. But the point goes beyond motivational, spiritual, and trees. The ability to hold a sacred fire burning in your heart becomes a matter of psychological, emotional, and spiritual survival. As the battle that is waged is one for your mind. Before the boots on the ground, psyops are unleashed on a naive, distressed, or simply tired and exhausted population. So once their minds are broken, their spirits will follow. As the not so compassionate British general or some politician or what the fuck wrote about how the Indian Vedic civilization was so majestic and grand and powerful that these people will never be defeated before the backbone of their whole existence, God forbid, their spirituality is broken. As the empires did what they did, and we can argue about progress and benefits and whatnot, but the logic of endless expansion and adding to this domination for domination's sake is the ideology of a cancer cell. And it serves nobody and nothing, opposes life, and is to be resisted at any cost, no matter how long it takes. My ancestors intuitively understood this. They saw empires come and go. They knew from experience that empires fall, states collapse, currencies, religions, and ideologies come and go. What stays, though, are the people who can find it in their hearts to be strong and have learned how to cry and are not afraid to die and learn to live their lives that are good and long. And know to whom, to what they allow themselves to belong. It goes beyond strength and motivation and cunning. It is the innate, the stubborn unwillingness the stubborn unwillingness to give up just because someone wants you to, which can be an annoying trait in peacetime, but crucial in war. When we are living in a time of war, and I'm not talking just about tanks and guns and bombs and drones and ILA genocides, it's a spiritual war, an energetic war, a psychological war, on some level, the war for our very souls and our common humanity. Call it what you will, but the words do matter. Words and ideas carry power, inspiration, and light. And this is what the dreary technocratic rules of the world are deadly afraid of. Beauty, love, and joy, and the high magic of life that is above and beyond all their machinations and sorcery, that is ultimately temporary and takes endless energy, sacrifices, and whatnot to keep going, and will ultimately dissolve. Like prosperous chance that he wisely chose to overthrow. The great bar who shook the spear knew more than just this or that sigil. He probably heard the music of the spheres and he communed with the Fae. God blessed him and he respected the unseen and he gave homage to kings when appropriate and needed. But also knew that there are things that even kings must bow to should they wish to stay royal. Honor, respect, humility, service, and the awareness they are essentially glorified servants for the people, who ought to, by inspiration, embody the highest of ideas and ideals. And this is now it is about time we all become kings and drop the need to rule over anyone but ourselves, which is what kingship was originally about, before it got diluted and a bit diluted. But we are to be mindful. So this is that release of this or that file leads to expression of our lower natures, and even justifiably so, for it's all a psyop. It's all done drop by drop, drop by drop by drop, file by file, piece by piece, detail by detail, to enrage, distract, and usher a new this digital dystopia as a fake delusion that will promise transparency, limitless abundance, practicality, and fulfillment of all of our desires, but will ultimately lead to serfdom, slavery, and total control. Unless, excuse me, unless we do add our own consciousness to it, as the Crimson One reminds us. I will keep writing. I will keep expressing. I will keep being who I am, come what may. And hopefully grow and expand and learn and become greater day by day. Not as an endless obsession with growth, but as a conscious choice and a daily setting of intentions to make the world better, or at least less ugly and more beautiful place for all willing to follow their hearts, open their minds, and go beyond the mirage, waking up to true reality, and making sure to live in the knowing that the light of the body is the eye. If before your eye be single, your whole body shall be full of light. Amen. Thanks for reading. Thanks for watching. Stay beautiful. Never give up. Create beauty and do your thing. Bye bye.